You started the Gloria Jeans journey in 1996.
That's right.
You partnered with your good friend Nabi Saleh.
That's right.
And in the space of only 10 years, you've built this empire across 30 countries and over 850 coffee lounges. That's a lot of coffee.
Well, it is a lot of coffee, and the numbers keep growing from that point of view. There's something like 493 stores in Australia today and nearly 1,000 worldwide in 38 countries. My partner and his wife approached Sue and myself and said, would you like to do something different? I'd been 30 years in advertising. And so we said, what have you got in mind? And he said, I've got this concept called Gloria Jeans. I said, I don't know a lot about fashion, as you can tell. And he said, no, it's coffee. I said, I like a good cup of coffee every day. And but it varies. And I knew very little. So he showed me the colour brochure. And you know, as it always is, the colour brochure is always good and it sucks you in. They don't have any information, but you get sucked in. So I said, let's go to the US and have a look at what this is about, and then see if we want to go ahead and negotiate the rights for Australia.
And one thing led to another?
Well, one thing led to another. We went over. They showed us their 3 best stores, and you would have thought after 30 years in advertising you'd learned something, that they didn't have this together, because that concept was a coffee, tea, merchandise gift store. I couldn't see in my naivety how you could open 25 of these things. Or 75, sorry, was the number they gave us, but we originally then negotiated 25 of these. And people said, well, how did you arrive at 25? I said, it's all very scientific. You know, you think, well, man, how many could we open? So you think only major shopping, like really major shopping malls. So how many are there in Australia? Well, that's a good question. Parramatta, Penrith. Then you got a number for Sydney, doubled it for Melbourne, halved it for Brisbane, Adelaide and Perth, forget Tasmania. And I'd heard there's a major shopping mall in Darwin, and there is, at Casuarina, and we got one in there, got 3 in Darwin today. But we fast realised the concept, methods, system was not right. What you see today is a coffee, tea, meeting place, lifestyle, is what that concept is all about. We moved towards that, and that's where we started to slowly get success. But there was a lot of money lost, a lot of obstacles, a lot of issues to face.
The evolution that you just spoke about was driven by your own understanding of the business and seeing the weaknesses?
Absolutely not. Here we were, we had this concept. I knew little about coffee. In fact, when we walked into the US stores, all they had was merchandise. It wasn't what you see in the stores today, merchandise that made coffee and tea. I didn't think you could make coffee and tea in that many ways. But, you know, that's where it started, and we fast realised this didn't have any success. And it only came about realising that we couldn't make money, the stores couldn't make money. So we had to look at how do you build transactions? How do you get profitability at a retail level for franchisees in the future and for us as the owners of the rights for Australia?
So it was a franchise model?
Absolutely.
From the beginning. Do you think that's one of its inherent strengths?
Oh, I very much believe so, because if you, in our concept, if you can get an owner-operator in the store who's passionate and believes in it, they have money in the game, that's got their skin there, they will manage the business, they will look after costs, they will look after customers, and they will drive the business. And they'll look for the support from your operational team, they'll tap into the marketing that's happening, any additional training they want to be part of. And we certainly have that amongst most of our franchisees are passionate about the business. I've learned probably when I took over the ad agency 2 years before I finally resigned, I was asked to take over as managing director, that I needed to put in place a business plan of where we wanted to go as an agency. We've been through a fairly tough period, so we got the key people together and we planned our vision for the next 3 years. Where do we want to be in 3 years' time? What are the barriers to achieving that? And then let's look at our strengths and weaknesses, you know, the old SWOT analysis. And out of that we developed actions. And that 2 years became the most profitable for the agency, and new clients coming into the agency and growth from existing was phenomenal. That said to me, man, if you can get a plan, even if it's ambitious, and you develop the actions with deadlines, with people, you get momentum, and momentum is a good thing. If we just want to get by, maintain the clients that we've got, In the end, we'll lose them because we're not innovating, we're not being successful for them. You might lose one, costs go up, and you'll be out of business very quickly. So you have to do some growth. So this didn't come from textbooks. It was starting to learn as you made decisions, good decisions, bad decisions, but willing to make the changes and build a team that's going to help you get there, because no one can do this on their own, especially as you grow. I mean, Gloria Jeans, with a number of stores and countries, there's a significant team, and you've got to build a team. In an ad agency of 200 people just in one office, you have to have a strong team to be able to grow and look after those clients.